Hi, welcome to another episode of
Okay, boomers, if you have questions with quality, post it on our subreddit, no matter your entity. I may or may not check it in the next episode of LATITY.
Okay, let's pray for good submissions. At this point, I think they have personal problem with me. Grilled mouse? Where is it? I don't see anything. Oh damn, here it is! Rest in peace, mouse. You would be surprised how often electricians find animals grilled on their power wires. I suppose it's a humane way to quickly kill an animal. Do they still use electric chairs? As of 2021, the only places in the world that still reserve the electric chair as an option for electrocution are the US states of Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Tennessee. I guess no surprises there. Do they still use guillotines? How do you spell it? Guillotine? Oh, they spell them guillotines. It was last used in the 1970s. Okay. We should probably get out of this tangent of knowing how people are crucified. Do they still crucify? Yes! Let's get out of that mess. I think you need to rectify this. Free energy garbage? No, I don't need to rectify this. How many times do I have to say there is no free energy? It's funny though. Still, people come to me and say, so really, none of those free energies on YouTube are... No! Making free energy scam doesn't take skill. You need real skill? Then visit my sponsor Skillshare, the online learning community, and learn from skilled professionals. First 1,000 viewers to use my link in the description will get 1 month of free premium trial and learn something you can actually use. More at the end. Ionizing radiation igniting this arc. He has a small arc. What is that? A radioactive material? Oh, it's interesting. It seems the ionizing radiations from the radioactive material are helping to create a channel for the arc to start. Isn't that dangerous to keep that in your lab? I hope the guy is at least wearing LED shorts. It's interesting though. For a while, I didn't quite know how a ARCS generator worked. If you remember from my ARCS generator video, all these spark gaps must release their charge at the exact same time. And I didn't know how they can all discharge at the same time because the capacitors would charge at different rates and there would be different voltages across the gaps. Basically, there are a bunch of capacitors kind of in parallel that all charge with a high voltage DC. And there are a bunch of spark gaps, and when the voltage across one of them, which is the first one first, reaches high enough, an arc jumps across it, shorting it, and all the spark gaps go off at the same time. And this will put all these capacitors in series, adding up all their voltages to a very high voltage. You see the spark gaps in my ARCS generator, and I was confused because, for example, if the first capacitor reaches high enough voltage, an arc will jump across the first spark gap. That will short the voltage and the rest of the capacitors wouldn't have the opportunity to charge higher. So I did a Google to figure out why all the spark gaps go off at the same time, and I realized that the arcs generate a ton of ionizing radiations like UV or X-rays. So apparently what happens is that when the first gap arcs, it generates ionizing radiations that ionize the air in the second gap, making it much more conductive, and an arc is generated there. And in a chain effect, all the gaps go off at the same time. Well, almost the same time, depending on how fast this wave propagates. And that got me thinking, I can make these discharge gaps even wider so there won't be any discharge. And that will give the capacitors opportunity to charge to their maximum. And then maybe using an external discharge, I can trigger this chain effect and make even higher voltage anytime I want. To create the external arc, I'm gonna use my high voltage magic wand and a capacitor and charge it with the wand and create the arcs. Okay, let's give it a quick try. I'll put my external trigger capacitor. Ow! Forgotten how many times this piece of shit has zapped me. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh, it's discharging on its own. Ow! Why is it... Ow! Damn it, my capacitor is picking up charge, charging my body, and I can't turn off the power supply without getting shocked anymore. Damn it! Okay, I just hope no arcs jump to my wand. Ow, it's zapping me. Let's bring it a tad bit closer. It's not doing anything. Trying again at close proximity. Ow, ow, ouch! Yes. Close proximity arc. Ow, damn it! Stupid capacitor. I have a feeling I have to epoxy the entire circuit except for the spark gaps for this to work better. Well, you get the idea. I don't think I need to suffer anymore for you to grasp the theory. Well, forget about the Marx generator, it's too messy. I just want to see if I put high voltage across this big capacitor here, can I trigger an arc between these legs from the radiations of an arc generated between the legs of this other capacitor. Okay, here we are. Doesn't look like it's doing anything. Ow. I think the issue, ouch, is a little bit more complicated than that. It's not arcing, but it's zapping me. Oh, jeez. Ow. Ow. Let me see if it actually generates high enough voltage. Don't shock me. This. I think I need a more precise setup to be able to confirm anything. I'll do that later. Is this one for Mehdi to test? What is this? Jammer. They made a tiny circuit that jams a cell phone with 555? That's certainly rubbish. You realize nowadays cell phones work at frequencies well above 1 gigahertz? And what can this circuit do? Like 1 or 2 megahertz? It won't jam shit. Here I connected my even bigger antenna to my function generator with even bigger voltage of 12 volt peak to peak that can go up to 20 megahertz. Let's try it. Here's my mobile and Wi-Fi signal strength, and the mobile is already pretty and the signal is off. Let's turn it on. Here's 2 megahertz and there's no difference. Let's increase the frequency. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And here's 20 megahertz. No difference. That was fake as Who needs ARCS for music anyway?
Who needs flybacks when you could just play music with the inductors themselves? Yellow trace is the...
Yeah, pretty much anything that has coil in it, if the windings are not secure enough, they will vibrate under the AC that is passing through them, and you can make music with it. And I've seen a ton of examples of this, that magnetic fields vibrate something like a speaker and it makes a sound. But I'm wondering if you can make it with electric force. Well, I'm thinking if you put two flexible metal plates like a capacitor close to each other and put a voltage across them, we will put charges over them that they will attract each other. So changing the voltage, we can change the electric force between these plates and vibrate them and potentially make a sound. Here I have two copper plates and I connect a 4 Hz 12 volt peak to peak signal across them. And if I bring them close, I should be able to make a sound. No sound? Maybe I need to increase the electric force by raising the voltage. I guess I can get 120 volt AC by connecting these to city power line. At least that way, maybe we are able to hear a 60 Hz humming sound. Okay, here we go. Don't try this at home. Let's see if we hear anything without touching the plates. Not even a bit of sound. So we can clearly see that we can successfully weld two pieces of metal passing high current through them. Success. I expected to hear something, but not that sound. How does this lamp work? Yeah, this is interesting. Actually, we were inspired by this and made our own. For Mother's Day, me and my daughter Electrocute decided to make this lamp for my wife. See? It works the same way. You bring it close, bing! The way it works, which I think is the same way the other lamp works, is that we connected this string to a switch there, and the magnetic force pulls the string up, turning on the switch and the lamp. My daughter drew the shape of the heart on a piece of wood and I cut it and put it together, and we put the electronics together and she painted the whole thing. It looks nice, no? Is this safe? Short circuit on 750 kilovolt line? Really? Oh no! Oh my god! Idiots! Imagine the guy who's happily swinging and throwing up the wire has the wire tangled around his body by accident and poof! I don't know, man. They may get jailed for this. Is this safe? Again? Russian kids short out 500 kilovolts? What is going on in Russia? Oh my god. Russians? Stop it! Can you rate how safe this video is? Did you watch video of William Osman making an X-ray machine in his garage? X-ray being more powerful than UV lights, I would say it's pretty dangerous. But then again, it depends on the dosage of the X-ray this device puts in your body. I told you in my 5G video that there needs to be multiple mutations in a DNA to make a cell cancerous. So a bunch of essential DNA code must get corrupted for the cell to become cancerous. It must disable self-destruct, disable detection by the immunity system, lure the body to direct all the resources to it, and enable fast multiplication. If we are under low dosage of ionizing radiation, which we always are from Earth and universe, one of those radiations may hit a critical DNA link and corrupt it. But that cell will very likely die before any other critical changes happen to its DNA. But under high dosage of radiation, it is much more likely for a DNA to be hit multiple times by ionizing radiations and get critically modified and become cancerous. So it's all about statistics. At low enough radiation dosage, it's almost impossible for a cell to change that much to become cancerous during its lifetime. And if the radiation is too high, you'll pretty much tear the cell apart and kill it, and you with it. So you need a sweet spot of radiation for best chance of cancer. Not that you need it. Musical ARCS with new drivers. Wow, this is nice. Nice to see how people are embracing high voltage in different formats. Except for those idiots who are throwing wires on high voltage lines. Mehdi in thighs animation. What is this? Looks like me, kind of. What is this? Abdul PC? Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that really me? I think I remember where it is from. Wasn't it from my railgun video? This one. It's okay, hon. Here, have some lead pellets. Oh, lead pellets? Great! I love lead pellets. It is me! Abdul PC. Guy gets 70 volts from the grounded pipe. Is this realistic?
So I noticed every time I take a shower, I was getting...
He said shower funny. See?
So I noticed every time I take a shower... So I noticed every time I take a every time I take a shower, I was getting shocked when I would touch anything metal. So, we have the voltmeter. We're rocking 70 volts.
So he's measuring around 70 volts between his tap to ground.
Take it off. In the shower.
Why does he say shower like that?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, you read some voltage there, but can that voltage deliver enough current without dropping? Okay, don't try this at home. But here, I have a 1 mega ohm resistor on live 120 volt wire, which means even if I put that resistor between live and neutral, I only get 120 microamp, nothing that can hurt me. Now, let's measure at the output of the resistor. You see the voltage is a little bit lower at 108 volts. It's still pretty high, but let's touch the output now. Bing! See? I don't feel it at all and the voltage significantly drops. So it doesn't matter if you read high voltage on something. Is there enough series resistance with that high voltage that can protect your body? I think I should be able to even put it on my tongue, but never try this. Let's see. I'll barely feel it. Do not attempt this at home, you dummies. But you get the idea, series resistance to a voltage supply is very important. If Mehdi was a smoker, is he trying to turn on his cigarette with electricity? Don't put it in your mouth! Ow! Well, hopefully he's a professional and this was a joke. Same as me, who am also a professional. Well, I'm not dead yet because I'm skilled. If you also like to learn a new skill or get better at it, head on to my sponsor Skillshare from the link in the description and embrace the creative person within you at any skill level. Like I said, my first 1,000 viewers to use my link will get a full 1 month of free Skillshare trial in which you can take a ton of different classes from electronics, coding, web design, animation and graphic design, and tons of other subjects for free. I think I can use my link too because I'm interested to take the logo design with Draplin class by Aaron Draplin because I haven't designed any new shirts in a long time and I need some creative inspiration and knowledge to come up with something new. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. Skillshare classes are made for learning, so there are no ads, and they're always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. You are creative. It just takes some skill to make you shine. So use this free month of trial. And thank you for watching.